I personally feel a great sense of responsibility when we're shooting real events, which is why we do so much research. We're talking about huge scenes that need to be recreated or reimagined.
We try to capture as much of the reality as possible, and doing that means that you have to get all the costumes right, all the uniforms, all the detail.
That was really our thought from the start. We do it as properly as we can. Because if we didn't do it that well, we couldn't tell our other stories and see them in their private life.
It's a family that is under incredible scrutiny. But of course it's the other scenes that are also fascinating. The scenes really in the bedrooms, in the quiet rooms, in the places that you would never get access to. And so you do get to see behind closed doors very much.
It was something that I was really interested in doing because of the story it had to tell, the sort of the public and the private life. Trying to humanise the Queen and Margaret and the Queen Mother, etc., to see how we imagine their private life might be. It's trying to tell a different story about them.
The way Michelle has approached the costumes is just extraordinary because she's able to design and create costumes that are historically accurate but also works for the story that you're telling.
We probably made 300, 350 principal costumes, and we had over 7,000 extras, all of which had between 2 and 5 costumes. So we had a core team of between 35 and 40 people in the costume department at any time. And sometimes I went up to 80 or 100.
It's a huge scale and so ambitious, but every possible angle to everything has been thought about, and everyone is so meticulous at their job and so brilliant at their job. So if a lot of the dresses that I wear are replicas of things that she wore.
On the wedding dress, we had teams of 6 people working for 6 weeks, just embroidering the train and the dress. And then we had the coronation dress. It was one of the very few we didn't make. It was actually made for an exhibition by Swarovski. And in this instance, it was screen printed and then the jewels were heat set. The original would have been embroidered and would have taken many, many hours. We were so fortunate that actually it fitted our Queen.
The Queen and Philip were celebrities of their day in such a huge way. They were style icons. And I think the fashion of that time is really cool. The suits I get to wear are beautifully cut. All the military stuff looks really great. And the girls, I think in particular, look really brilliant.
Margaret was the biggest fashion icon of the 50s and 60s. She designed her own things and she looked amazing. And she really led waves of fashion.
Margaret loved being a fashion icon and had a real flair for it, but I think that was just her character anyway. She's far more creative and aesthetic than Elizabeth.
Margaret was much more open and more daring, I think, than the Queen. She smoked and she hung out and she had fun, a bit racy and very different, and it starts showing the contrast between the two sisters.
With the costumes, the vast majority of them are handmade, designed by Michelle, very much in exploration of the character, very much in service to the narrative. I think her contribution has been essential to making this look and feel like something you've never seen before.